This is an all-in-one starter kit for Arduino Nano R4. It has a new Nano R4 processor which is much faster than the previous one. This kit also includes 15 modules integrated on the board, and it has 20 lessons which are well documented. And if you're interested in electronics, keep watching this video. Hey guys, today I'm taking a quick look at this, the Elecrow Arduino Nano R4 kit. If this looks a bit familiar, it's because I previously reviewed their classic version of this kit, so definitely check that video out if you want to see how it started. Now, Elecrow have reached out and kindly offered to send over this brand new upgraded R4 model. In short, this is an Arduino Learning Lab in a box. If you're new to this, Arduino is an open source electronics platform based on flexible hardware and software. At its core are microcontroller boards like the classic 8-bit Uno or this modern 32-bit Nano R4. They read inputs from things like sensors and turn them into outputs like activating a motor, flashing an LED or processing data. It simplifies electronics completely, and this kit takes it a step further by packing everything onto one unified board. That means you get absolutely no messy wires or breadboards. Right, it comes in this nice sturdy plastic box, and it's quite small, just as the previous kit. And it has a socket here for power, which is a USB-C. And it has 20 lessons, 15 modules. Right, let's open it up and see what's inside. We have the familiar IR remote control here. Then what we have here are some spare servo arms, and they go here to connect to the servo motor. Next we have a short USB-C cable. I'll probably use my own cable. And then we have the moisture sensor with the cable as well. We've seen that before, same as the previous kit. So far, it's nothing new. But finally, we come to the this, which is the Nano R4 processor. It has a redesigned processor, this kit. It's gone from the basic 8-bit microcontroller to a 32-bit ARM Cortex M4 running at 48 MHz, packed with 256 kilobytes of flash memory. So, it's fairly powerful. Can you make it out? And it needs to be installed in the center here. It's good that it's removable, as you can test it out on a breadboard for prototyping. Right, let's have a quick look at what we have on board. We have a relay, and that's assigned pin D4. D stands for digital. You'll see D's and A's. A's for analog, and then the number corresponds to what pin it's connected to on the microprocessor, like here. And we have a little buzzer speaker. Then we have a temperature humidity sensor here. This is new, it's 4-digit display. We have some lights here as well. An ultrasonic sensor, same as the old one. We have a PIR sensor here as well. That's the same. And then we have a linear potentiometer. And the servo motor, which is also the same. And we have this section here which is new, which is for the processor. And what's new in this kit is 3 LEDs and 3 corresponding buttons. And then we have an infrared sensor here and a microphone input. and then a couple of I/O port sockets here as well for connecting additional sensors to. Right, now what I think I'll do is I'll connect up the microprocessor onto there and I'll power it on and see what happens. Right, as you can see, I've connected up the power and I've inserted the processor. Processor of the USB port points downwards, and we have the red power light here, and we have the green light on the USB plus connected up here, and I believe everything's connected up. So now what I'm going to do is upload a program to it, and I'll see you on the PC. Right guys, to get started we're going to need to get some software, and everything is explained in the manual at this URL. The documentation is pretty good for the All-in-One Starter Kit for Arduino Nano R4, and if you scroll down this PDF document, it tells you how to get started. First of all, you're going to need the IDE from the Arduino's website, so you go to this URL here and download the IDE. Since I'm on Windows 10, I'll download the Windows 10 version. There's a Linux version and a Mac OS version as well. Get which operating system you intend to use. Here I am, I've set up the Arduino IDE. Something it tells you in the manual is to set your board. So you go to the tools option here and goes to board manager, and you basically type R4 and you install your board. I've already done it here, I'm just slightly out of date, but that's what you have to do. And also what you have to do is install the libraries, which is mentioned in the documentation here. This is an important step, otherwise some of the code won't compile. Right, so now let's continue on to the lesson of the buzzer. And I don't think we've tested the buzzer out from the previous kit much, so what I'll do is I'll upload the buzzer code onto it and see how its speaker sounds. There we go. Nothing fancy. Reminds me of the old 486 speakers of the past PCs. However, I've modified the code slightly and see if you can recognize it. Any music buffs can tell me what that tune is. Right, on to lesson 5, relays. Here is the relay here, and it allows you to control high voltage equipment using low volts. And what I've done is I've wired the breadboard here with an LED, as it says in lesson 5. And we've got a 330 ohm resistor here, and I'm taking the 5 volts from the GPIO pin here, so it plugs into here and it goes into the common terminal here in the middle, and then from there I use the normally open terminal and I take it to the positive terminal on the breadboard. From there it goes down to the resistor, to the LED, and from the LED it goes back to the ground, which is also goes back to here. We have a common ground. So now what I'll do is I'll upload the code and we'll see that in action on the PC. Right, here's the code on the PC. It looks pretty simple. So we set the relay pin as output and we turn it on for 3 seconds and then we turn it off. Pretty simple. So let's upload that. And as you can see, the LED is on and off every 3 seconds. and you can hear the mechanical switch go on. This offers some safety when controlling high voltages. Okay, next up we're going to display a little message on this LCD screen here. The LCD screen has 16 characters on 2 rows, and it also uses the I2C bus, and the address is different, which is there, 27. Okay, what I'll do is I'll upload the message now, and here is the code I'm going to upload to display that message. It's fairly simple. The only difficult bit is this bit here, which sets up the LCD driver. We've got the address. If you hover over it, it shows it here. And then we've got this bit here, which I believe is basically the pins for the LCD driver. Okay, let's upload that code now. And there's the message. Subscribe, and it's scrolling back and forth. Finally, we're going to cover the section here, which is the LEDs and the buttons, which are kind of new in this version. Didn't have so many LEDs and buttons in the old one. What I'll do is I'll upload a game which is included. It's more like a Simon Says, and the code shows you how to operate and program it if you're interested in it. So what I'll do is I'll upload it now. And here is the code for the flash memory game. Basically, it's mostly simple code that utilizes the LEDs and button presses and some randomness. Okay, let's see that in action. Finally, the code is uploaded, so I didn't see that, so what we'll do is we'll just enter the code, and that's what happens if you get it wrong. That's what happens if you get it right. Right, time to wrap this video up. Overall, it's kind of an interesting device for learning electronics. It's good for kids or those who are just beginning electronics. Obviously, you won't find it much useful if you're an expert at electronics. You probably know this stuff already. But for those learning, it's a good little device to have, because everything is integrated. There's no messy wires, no buying each individual module, which nowadays, if you get them, you have to buy them in packs of 5 or whatever, and it can be costly. This, having it all integrated in one unit, is nice and tidy. And also, I like the manual. It's nice and well documented and explains every single step, which is really good for kids, and if you just want to experiment and change your values and stuff. Anyway, that about wraps it up. If you like the video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.